In every heart, there is a thought, and in every thought, the power to change a life.
In a small neighborhood, there lived an old woman, Mama Jeanne. She was very old, with silver hair and a face marked by gentle wrinkles. But her eyes, oh, her eyes shone with kindness. Everyone in the neighborhood loved her because she was always happy, even when life was hard. She lived alone, in a small house near the big mango tree. She had no children, and her husband had passed away many years ago. But still, she never complained. Often you could see her sitting under the tree, talking to people, smiling, sharing a kind word with everyone. Life in that little town was not easy. Some people were farmers, others were carpenters, and some worked in the small local market. Sometimes the rain wouldn't come, and the crops would dry up. Sometimes people got sick and couldn't go to work. Life was hard, and many felt sad or worried. One day, a young woman named Samantha came to see Mama Jeanne. She was crying, her face full of worry. "I don't know what to do," she said. "My husband went abroad to find work, but he hasn't sent any money yet. My children are hungry, and I'm scared." Mama Jeanne looked at her kindly and said softly, "Sit down, my child. Tell me, what do you think will happen?" Samantha wiped her tears. "I don't know," she whispered. "I keep thinking something bad will happen. What if my husband doesn't find work? What if he forgets about us?" Mama Jeanne slowly shook her head. "Samantha, when we think of bad things, our hearts become heavy. But when we think of good things, our hearts get lighter. And sometimes good things really do happen." Samantha frowned. "But how can I think good thoughts when everything feels so bad?" Mama Jeanne smiled again. "Let me tell you a story," she said. "Once, there was a poor man who had nothing. No food, no money, no family. He sat by the river and cried. An old woman passed by and asked, 'Why are you crying?' The man replied, 'Because I have nothing. How can I be happy?' The old woman smiled and said, 'You have the river. You have the trees. You have the sun. Look around you. There is beauty and life everywhere. If you only think about what you don't have, you will always be sad. But if you think about what you do have, you will find peace.'" The man listened. Slowly he stopped crying. He began to see the world differently. And from that day on, his life began to change. Mama Jeanne looked at Samantha and said softly, "You see, my dear, the man's life didn't change because of magic. It changed because he changed his way of thinking. When we think positively, our hearts grow lighter, and we find the strength to face our problems." Samantha thought for a while, then asked, "Can my thinking really change my life?" Mama Jeanne smiled tenderly. "Yes, my child. If every morning you tell yourself, 'Today will be a good day,' you will find the strength to work, to care for your children, and to wait for your husband with hope. But if you only think of what could go wrong, you'll feel sad and weak." Samantha nodded slowly. "I understand. I'll try to think positively, starting today." "That's the first step, my child," said Mama Jeanne gently. Samantha left Mama Jeanne's house with a lighter heart. Each morning she remembered her words. She woke up saying, "Today will be a good day." She worked hard, cared for her children, and prayed for her husband's return. A few weeks later, a letter arrived. Her husband had found a job abroad and was sending money home. Samantha was overjoyed. She ran to Mama Jane's house to share the news. Mama Jane smiled and said, "You see, my dear, when we think positively, we attract good things into our lives. Problems will always come, but with a hopeful heart, we can overcome them all." Soon, everyone in the neighborhood heard about Mama Jane's wisdom. People came from everywhere to tell her their worries, and she always gave the same advice: think good thoughts, and good will come. The people loved her even more because her words had changed their lives. Mama Jane had taught them the power of a positive mind.
For as a man thinketh, so is he.